Your reading. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you all are doing well. Like the video on your way in. Thank you so much for your support. Check one, check two. Y'all can hear me. Taurus, you're changing. There's something changing within you, about you. Hey, Keys. It has something to do with what you've let go of or letting, yeah. It's like if you, this could be like paying something off or like letting go of something literally. You could have been holding on to something that was really, really holding you back. And you may have thought that you would have had to give up a whole lot in order for things to change, but it's going to be less than you thought. So let's say you felt like you was going to have to give up all, let's say out of 10, you thought you were going to have to give up like 9 or 10, like you were going to have to start at rock bottom. Like imagine if you only had to give away 2. So you still got to run and start with 8. It's something like that. I don't know. This could be in terms of money for you. Whatever that means for you, though, you're not going to have to like sacrifice it all in order to get where you want to go. So that's good news. You're going to work smarter. You're going to change things, slightly here and there, gradually. Maybe soften your tone. I don't know. Maybe there's going to be a change in aesthetics. It's going to be, I don't know, thinking through decisions. You could be breaking up with somebody that's slowing you down. But it has something to do with it could be like who you pour into as well. Pouring into the people, because you could be pouring into the people a lot that don't pour back into you, that I don't know, are not very nice to you. Okay. You could have been a whole lot of that. And now like the thing that you're changing is, well, let me pour into the people that celebrate me. Okay, that don't give me hell like these other people or just whatever, or the type of love interest, whatever this is about to pay off big time for you. Okay, it's given eventually, but keep going. Don't give up at the first sign of ain't shit happening. Okay, like keep going with it because change requires discipline. Okay, for a lot of y'all, they could be a fire sign. What about them? This person could be single. They don't want you to worry. It could have taken this person a while to come towards you. This could have been somebody that you gave up on because you looked at this person like they weren't, I don't know, maybe the one for you, or they're going to miss out on a chance with you because I don't know, maybe it's the way they came at you initially. This person could have been real arrogant, or maybe they made you feel caged in some way, or like they were an F boy, F girl. Something turned you off about this person. Maybe they were still in a relationship while they came towards you. It was something that gave you like a thought about this person. Like, oh, this person's a liar, or if they'll do it to them, they'll do it to me. It's something like that. But this person's like, no, I know that I'll be happier, and I know you will too if me and you could like actually be together. And how would you feel if you and this person was actually together? Why? You didn't feel chosen by this person at first, did you? This person was on some low vibrational bullshit when they first came into your life. I think that's what you're not liking. Something's not sitting right with you because of your first impression of them. They didn't have to be like cheating on somebody else, but I do feel like they gave you this person ain't gonna do me right type of vibes. So what were they on? What were they actually on when the two of y'all met? This person was going through something like unfortunate, some sort of misfortune this person was going through around the time that y'all came together. So they couldn't give you what they trying to give you now. Okay. They weren't ready. Like this is somebody that needed time. I'm not saying that they were F boy, F girl. It's kind of like, you know how sometimes it's not always that people trying to play in your face, right? You know that feeling when you feel like you know that somebody likes you, but they not really coming towards you because they can't get like this is somebody who like to put their best foot forward. And it's like, let me not even play with the tours. I actually feel like this person was doing that, believe it or not. Water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, fixed sign, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus. Yeah, this person was like hella stressed when it came to that too because they didn't want to show up like that. You know, they didn't want to come off like they didn't have their shit together. So they may have given you like this really, I don't know. I think they sabotaged a little bit with you. They could have like friend zoned you or act like they were F boy, F girl. It's something that they did to kind of like get your attention off of them. So what's the outcome of this? And then we'll move on. They're watching you. Yep, they're coming. Not yet. They're trying to see like they're tapping in. They're trying to see what does the tourist got going on. Have y'all heard from the tourists? Like they trying to be real slick about it. Like, oh yeah, the tourists go to that school, don't they? Or the tourists, yeah. I don't know. They're trying to slip it in to where it ain't obvious that they checking for you, but they are checking for you. So y'all could know people mutually or something like that. There's gossip going on, they listening in and trying to like if your name come up, you talking about the tourists that went to such and such high school? Yes. So they trying to figure out what's going on with you and what's gonna be a good way to get back in with you. Okay. Thank y'all so much for liking the video. Appreciate all the likes, all the support. Let's see. Your love life is looking a little on the light side. Okay. Some of y'all can have children, which really affects your love life, especially if you're single or if you're in a relationship. Like the kids could be taking up a lot of the romantic time. You know what I mean? But you love your baby. Some of y'all can have dogs too, so it's just a lot going on in the house. Um, let's see. You can have a boy and a girl or two girls. Some of y'all kids look so much alike that even if they're different genders, you gotta kind of look. I don't know. Maybe as babies, you really had to look twice to see which one. Maybe you have twins, or this could be a prediction for some of y'all. Or y'all could look that much like y'all sibling. If you were trying to date somebody who has children, like multiple children, I think there may have been like just too much going on to be able to like really cultivate a relationship with this person. Maybe the kids are small or were small at the time, but it just got to a point where it was like, I don't know, maybe you didn't have kids and they did, and it's like the time that it takes to really get to know a person was not there. It just wasn't there. The time that like you would have had to enter this person's life versus them even really being able to tap into yours, because this person was locked into a schedule because of these kids. So which is understandable. I just feel like you couldn't really be with them. So this looks like a relationship that could have been affected by someone having to do what they had to do. They just weren't ready. It's really giving like small children. So what's happening with this relationship now? Someone feels like they got a little more time. I don't know. You could have felt like, okay, I'm just gonna move on. You could have moved on. Like you kind of narrowed down what you were going to prioritize. So you just, you don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about it either. Do what you gotta do. It's no love lost. Just everybody has, I don't know. It's like whatever you're looking for. Okay. I think you should go for what you're looking for, right? Because maybe you were starting to feel neglected in the situation, because it's going to be a lot of canceled dates. If the babysitter cancels, then you cancel too. It's kind of that. So maybe you just, I don't know, something couldn't get off of the ground. A lot of y'all, you may have even wondered about like the co-parenting situation and what that really looked like, especially if you felt kind of neglected in the situation. That like somebody's past life could have also, it's like this ain't just the kids I'm worried about. This I don't really know what you got going on. And at this point, the less I know, the better. We can be cordial. You know, something like that could have been in the back of your mind too. Yeah, Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Something, it just was very lopsided, is what I'm getting. You just feel like we can't give to this equally. Okay, is this a different relationship? Hold on. My bad. They still want you though, Taurus. They just feel like you are. I don't know. For some of y'all, this could be the other way around. Like you can have kids, and somebody was like, "I ain't feeling that," and that, but they still want you. I mean, I don't know if they said I ain't feeling that, 'cause I don't know. I don't know how this went, but somebody's realizing like you. I think Taurus is the one for me. They really want to take things to another. It's like, I'm sorry I didn't really act on this, but I'm ready to act on this now. Okay. Lord Jesus. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my text messages. Um, it's just, I don't know, Taurus. I don't think you feel the same way about this person. Something that's already like made your defenses go up. You're running from this energy. So why is it here? That's why I feel like it ain't a whole lot going on in love. You don't think well of this person at all. You seem to, you feel like there's something deceptive about it. It's like something that you're not being told. Is it? I mean, what is it? You know, a lot of it, because again, I feel like somebody kind of friend zoned you. It's like, I'm going to just go ahead and count myself out because I can't really give the tourists what they need. And now they having so much regret about that because they're like, I should have just tried anyway. Like, somebody feels like if I had just tried to make time on my schedule or just whatever, me and Taurus would be past the hard part by now. That's what somebody feels like. It's like I should have caught Taurus while they were saying yes. I should have caught, yeah, something like that. They feel like they should have just tried anyway. And now they're wondering if you're even single, if you're, but this person hates how they came off to you. They hate that they weren't in position to be there and be, or just even if they weren't in a position to just show up in a different way with you, because you don't have to necessarily be exactly where you want to be to show up right to a person. You know what I mean? Maybe they wish they just would have been honest with you. What's the outcome of this? I don't see you working on it. I think somebody really blew their shot with you, Taurus. You seem to just be tired at this point. So I don't know. I don't think this person gonna get nowhere with you. Let's see. There's more tea in your reading than there is love messages. Is this about you, Taurus? You tired of people who just waste a whole lot of time, you know? Who is this time waster that's coming up in your reading? Virgo energy. Someone you've been thinking long and hard about, or you have thought long and hard about, and it's like, I don't even need to entertain this anymore, like in any capacity. It's very unrequited, whatever this is. Is this the same situation we were just talking about? Yeah. Well, I guess this person's kind of highlighted in your reading today. You look at this person like they ain't shit. And I feel like it's kind of left up. You mad because you know that there could have been more. So you could have kind of banked on this person's potential a little bit. And that kind of made you resentful because it's like, I would have gave you a shot before you had it all the way together, but you just, but maybe that's the thought process that needs to change. I'm not saying that a person has to be perfect, but you know, you never know how a person will treat you. I took a picture of something today. Let me see what this say. Something to me. Wait, yeah. Somebody from Zimbabwe said, "Never mistake a poor man as being humble. It's his poverty that humbles him, not his character." So you gotta stop doing that too, babe, because you never know. Like once people up and where they want to be, I mean, thanks for holding me down while I was down. Now I'm gonna go for what I actually want because now I'm up. Now you never know how people gonna be, and it doesn't mean you gotta run around not trusting people, but you can't overgive. You know what I mean? You can't overgive. Oh, well, let me fill in the blank for you. Let me help raise you. Let me do this. Let me do that. Again, I was watching Trail the Trainer, and he was like, "Baby, I don't know. Y'all tell me. I'm gonna just tell you what he said, and y'all tell me what y'all think." But he was like, "I ain't trying to be with no broke bitch, because it's not about you know it's not that I need money from you. He said, but I do think that it's a character flaw to be broke. Now, I don't know if I would necessarily categorize it as a character flaw. I think anybody can kind of fall off, or everybody starts somewhere. You may start broke and then end somewhere, end rich or whatever that is, But even while I may not agree with the wording, or while I can't necessarily say I do not agree, I disagree with the concept, like what he's saying there, because your position, even the Bible say, judge a fruit by judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. You don't have to be rich, but are you producing? Because you may be on the way, you may be starting it up, but starting it up is production. I got a lemon tree, a little some paprika, bell peppers, whatever you want to call them. I got what else I got out there? Some tomatoes. Uh-huh. I got a few things out there growing. I got some spinach out in the back. It's producing. We not eating yet. And it's probably not even gonna be a whole bunch of food. Because I have planted, I'm talking about big field and put all kind of vegetables out there. It take a lot of time and energy to get that bread. But are you producing? So I did understand where he was coming from, because I'm like, it's a different mindset that comes with the money. When somebody already has it together, when somebody knows how to keep their home, when somebody knows how to build solid relationships with people, like actually network and not use it as an alibi for cheating or some shit like that. When somebody actually is on their stuff, you're gonna get a different type of result. The same way, if you go to your local chain grocery store, you're gonna get a different type of produce than you're gonna get from the farmer. It's different. So it's something like that. Okay. It's something like that. So you don't, if you don't want to deal with it, you don't have to deal with it. Don't deal with them, because they're crying over you. They're very sad. They're very into you, but they're playing games as well. And that's what you don't want to deal with. Because if they had their way, if they had all the things that they want in their life, just all the way together, how would they treat the Taurus? How would they feel about the Taurus? Ten of Swords. The world. The devil. The Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. They won't have shit to do with you. Probably ended in a real abrupt, rude ass way too. So if this person just want attention, then that's all they had to say. That's all they had to say. If they bored, just say that. But you probably don't have the things that you want, and you don't get a chance to play in my face, because you ain't even gonna get your ass up to get that type of result. So you don't deserve to be anywhere near me. And that's how that goes. Okay? Never mistake a poor man for being humble. Poverty humbled his ass, not his character. Oh, Taurus. The T messages was crazy, but all right. Let's get into some more motivational messages. You got union and power just like Aries did. Fruitfulness and transformation. Change, intelligence, skill, and wholeness and completeness. Union and power. You want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, go together. But you got to, because that's how you're going to get this fruitfulness, right? So there's some things that may have to change. Some of y'all may like to do everything by yourself. I'm not saying that you got to go hire a team or just, randomly go join up with people. You're going to have to use wisdom when it comes to who you come into union with. Okay. And just like I told Aries, if you want a powerful union, then you're going to have a powerful relationship with God, because it's going to be very hard for you to discern what's good for you if you don't. That's just kind of how that goes. I don't know. I don't have another answer for that for you. There's no amount of intelligence. The same way I told, what's up? Who was that? Aries. We was talking about young people and they reading and how they need to really, follow the wisdom, because I said something about them being smart, or how a lot of younger people think they know everything, but you can't manufacture experience. You can be one of the most intelligent children I've ever met in my life. You still not 38 yet. You still not 51. And you can't make up that experience. The same way AI is still not convincing us that this is a real human. Okay? They're not there yet. So it's something like that. Okay? That's a soul thing. And they're not going to be able to replicate the soul the same way you can't produce wisdom and age. I can only be 37. I'm not trying to be 45 until I get there, something like that. So, union and power, using discernment on who you decide to team up with, is going to lead you to a lot of fruitfulness in your life. Then a lot of things are going to start transforming. Your life is just going to start changing, right? Intelligence is good, backed with skill and wisdom. You already got the union, you got the team. Things are flowing in, the money's coming in, or you starting to see the fruit produce. The tomatoes are growing, the spinach is, everything's flowering real nice. The bees are doing their job, whatever. So now you're going to see that transformation. Oh my God, you go out every day, everything's starting to grow, change. What is this about intelligence? That's what's, let me see something. It's kind of like if you're smart, you'll keep learning during this process. So that may be what I was telling Aries too. Like, don't get complacent. Once the fruit starts going, you can't just sit down and be like, oh my God, I haven't watered everything in like a week. We can't do that. You got to keep the momentum going. Because keeping that going, it's not only about keeping the business flowing, but it's also about keeping you up and moving. Because once a lot of old people will tell you, like my grandma, she's 90 years old. She's still getting up trying to clean the house. I'm like, Grandma, you should be relaxing. You should be sitting down. She was like, yeah, well, if I sit down too long, you know what I mean? People need shit to do. So it's something like that. You don't want to waste away. All right. You want to keep your body moving, keep your blood pumping, keep yourself young. Work on your skills. Work on developing your skills during this time. That's what the change. Oh man, Taurus, this is not a bad reading. This is not a bad reading. Because what that's going to do is that's going to get you out of that defensive space. It's really easy to get defensive when you don't know what you're doing. It's usually a sign of like, I don't really feel secure about this right now. That's why I feel defensive. Like this is an area where I'm a bit intimidated. Oh, I don't know how to do my own taxes. I don't know how to. I didn't know I had to do that. Blah, blah, blah. Learn how to do that. This is about sharpening that skill, so that the next time you're approached with this, you have experience, and that's why you can't fake it. That's why you can't fake. You can't manufacture experience. You got to go through it. So that's what's bringing in this wholeness. Give me a card on wholeness. The Four of Wands. Mm. So some of y'all, this is about getting to a point where you you bring a lot to a relationship. Not that you didn't before, but imagine all of this could happen in 1 year. You could change your life in 6 months. Joining forces with the right people, seeing the fruit roll in, things start changing and shifting, using your intelligence, building new skills, keeping the wrong type of people out of your face. So by the time this wholeness comes in, now you're standing here whole. I don't have the same defensiveness or insecurities that I had 6 months ago, that I had a year ago, because I locked in. So now I'm showing up completely different. Now my ships are coming in. I'm a different person than in front of you right now. That's where this completeness comes in. Temperance. This whole skill building period that I'm seeing here, this keep you out of trouble. There's a lot of other stuff you could be doing. Okay, you look at that. The song that just started playing is called "New Person." What does this say? New person, same old mistakes. That's what keep you from making the same old mistakes, because you could take, this is like making more money and then ending up maxing out at the same time. Like now you got to upgrade everything in your house. You This temper energy is about, because I thought about this earlier, which was so interesting. I was like, the temperance in the reverse reminds me of like falling for temptation, because when you're tempered, you're not really swayed by any of those things. Like, you know when to stop drinking, you know when to put it down, you know when to get up and move your body, you know when to drink water, you know when to stop spending money, or when to start whatever you need to do, right? You know there's like an internal thing that happens that says, all right, that's enough. This is when you can parent yourself. Okay, but you see how it was steps. There's like 8 different steps here, Taurus. This is experience. So if you're younger, if you're in your 20s, something like that, don't skip the steps. Ain't nothing else to do. You ain't got shit else to do but follow the steps. And yours are gonna look a little different. Yours are gonna, yours is gonna be in another city, in another country, in another, you know, neighborhood. It's the same steps. It's the same steps. A lot of successful people will tell you, these are the steps that I took. These are the mistakes that I made, where I veered off. And then when I got back to the steps, these are the steps that I took. So, and some people may do it out of in a different order, just whatever. Right. But these are the steps that I'm seeing, Taurus. Meditation is going to be very important for you during this time. You will have a lot of haters. Like, somebody's gonna be really, like, let's say you take a year to really lock in. You're gonna have somebody like hating on you real bad. I mean, who cares, right? But expect that. Um, I don't want to say expect that. Don't be surprised, is what I want to say. Don't be surprised when that happens, because it happens. You know what I mean? Some people, they like you being the same old broke ass Taurus. They like you being the overweight Taurus. They like that person. Imagine somebody liking the person that you hate the most. The thing about yourself that you hate the most is the person that they appreciate the most. You got to be around people who don't mind seeing you grow and change. Like, you want to be around the people, because everybody's not gonna be like this. Your family probably gonna be the ones that want to keep you the same the most. Okay, it doesn't mean that they hate you. It just means that that's who they used to. Okay. Oh, look at Taurus. Who Taurus think? Who Taurus think they is? Who Taurus think she is? He is. Whatever. Um, don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you. Because if you really looked into the lives of the people who are going to do that, you wouldn't want to be them. So keep going, Taurus. You're gonna have a hater. Believe that. But don't give them a reason. to be like, I knew Taurus was gonna be back. I knew it. Don't give them no ammunition. And also, don't make your success about proving them wrong. A lot of people get caught up in that trap too. Then by the time you get to where you're going, I'm not saying you don't appreciate it, but it don't hit the same as when you really find your reason, you find your why, and you go on that. Some of y'all just don't want to ever be broke again. Go on that. Some of y'all want to, you don't ever want to be the size you are again. You don't ever want to be I don't know. You don't want to be uneducated, whatever it is. Okay. But when the people start hating and the things, all those changes, so that transformation starts happening, let it happen. Let it happen. Stay focused. If you stay focused enough, you stay, because I just posted a video in my community tab. Y'all can go look at that because I feel like it resonates with y'all in this message. And he said, I'm too busy to be bored, or I'm too busy to be lonely. I got too much going on to be like, oh, I'm lonely. That's where you're going to be. This is not for content. There are a lot of people out there living their life, and it's like, let me make a video of this shit real quick, because this is really how it's going. Like, this is really how I'm living. And I keep hearing these arguments online about, you know, all the people with successful lives, oh, it's fake, or is this, is that. Some might be, okay? But there's usually a feeling that lets you know that it's not. Or you just get your shit together and then you see that it's not. So y'all gonna get to the point where you're gonna be too busy to be lonely. You're gonna be too busy to be bored. Doesn't mean that life is gonna be perfect. You're never gonna have a down thought or a down moment or something like that. But you're gonna be that ratio is gonna change. It's gonna be like, I'm like this happy now, and only this sad now. You know what I mean? Especially if you had like major life events happen in your life, like grieving somebody, the loss of somebody. I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't going nowhere. Your life could get this big, and that little piece of grief is still gonna. That's just something we have to learn to live with sometimes. But I feel like the it's gonna change, like how happy you are. Versus like if you this happy right now, and this stressed out, that's gonna flip. All right, let it happen. I love you, Taurus. Like the video if this resonated with you. Hype me up if this resonated with you. I really appreciate y'all. I will see you in the next one.